Dejarnos saber a un empleado y les podemos ayudar con interpretación en la reunión de hoy día. Okay, so back to our board norms and protocols. We agree to respect differences of opinions in making decisions for the district, to follow best practices in managing the superintendent and the management of the board itself, to stay on task when conducting business for the district, including while at board meetings, to never surprise the superintendent or each other when conducting official business of the district, to read these norms at the beginning of each board meeting and at board workshops as a reminder of how to conduct our meetings, and to continually self-check to determine if we're following our norms when conducting district business. Again, welcome, good to see everybody. And with that, Ms. Downing, would you please do a roll call?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, present.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, present.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, present.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., present.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, present.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, present.
Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you, board. Is there a motion to approve tonight's regular agenda as presented?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, board. All right, we are going to jump right into our agenda. Item 2, is there a motion, board, to open the meeting for a public hearing to exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 26-27 fiscal year?
So, second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions? Hearing none. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. All right, Board, at this time, we will open up the floor for public comment. Everyone and anyone is welcome to give comment tonight on the revenue neutral rate. You did not have to have signed up prior to tonight's public hearing in order to speak. We would just ask if you could please sign in when you do come in to speak, come to the podium. Just make sure you sign in so we have a record of who has spoken tonight. State your name, your time will start, and as we have done in the past, to be consistent with practice, again, there is no time limit on, or limit on who may speak tonight, but we will respectfully ask to keep your comments to 3 minutes. I will let you know when you have about a minute remaining in your time, and then I will let you know when you are at time. And again, I will just ask if we can be respectful. We are here to listen, and we will be respectful. And we would just ask the same, and whether you agree or disagree with any of the comments that are being stated tonight, we would just ask from those who are visiting to please minimize any disruptions, whether that's applause or snapping or yelling or whatever the case might be. Just keep disruptions to a minimum so that we can continue with tonight's meeting. So at this time, I would open up the floor. If you would like to speak and make a comment, you were welcome to come forward. There is no particular order. You may just come to the podium. Please state your name. Your time will start as soon as you state your name and begin speaking. Again, I will let you know when you have about a minute left. You can just sign at the table after you're done if you'd like.
Okay. My name's Michael Cowney. I have property in the house at 74 North Ferry and also a lot on 63 North 10th. Over the last few years, my property evaluation has been increased 20, 30, 40%. And every year I appeal it. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. I would like to make the board aware, and I'm sure you are, that if you plan on raising our property taxes again close to 20%, may I suggest you look for another alternative to bring this revenue in. I have printouts of the salaries of the USD number 500 employees. I have 4 pages. There is at least 250 individuals who make a 6-figure salary in this school district. And many make $900,000 or $90,000 plus a year. You've got police officers, you've got plumbers, you've got electricians. The top 5 salaries are Anna Stubblefield, $342,000, Judith Campbell, $234,000, and this is 2025 figures, so they're probably higher for 2026. Mary Stewart makes $217,000. Kristen Scott makes $205,000. Jairus Jones makes $200,000. Jekiah Laurie makes $187,000. Lisa Walker, $182,000. Could go on and on. I suggest that from all these individuals that are making these 6-figure incomes, and you're taxing people who have an average income of $40,000 or less, that you start looking at these salaries and make the cuts on these salaries. This is outrageous. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
James Crum. Good evening, board members and Dr. Stubblefield.
Good evening.
I'd like to take a minute to thank BPU and all the community partners that chipped in and helped and got us back up and running this last week. Our neighborhoods have been, anyway, I just wanted to thank all of those people that are continuing to try to get us restored. I'm continuing my narrative versus truth. The truth is we had a period of governance instability, and I don't want to relive it. So let's not confuse asking hard questions with creating confusion. Before 2021, the district had repeated superintendent turnover and very public grievance conflict. We even spent $82,000 on a compliance audit to examine how closely director and higher administration followed board policy under Dr. Wynn's presidency. Then, this all made public headlines and it's in the public record. In 2021, this board unanimously, under the presidency of Lopez, selected Dr. Stubblefield to be the next superintendent, and we got stability. We started to be able to rebuild systems. We started to be able to get our footing under us. We're finding our way back to our North Star. Graduation rates are as high as we can remember, yet we continue to look back instead of forward. And that brings me to the budget. The board has a responsibility to challenge spending. That is the definition of governance. But when the budget becomes a tool for political and emotional pressure, are we practicing stewardship or politicking? Take the bagels. There is nothing wrong with asking whether bagels are the best use of district funds. Ask the question. Show us the cost and savings. But then, when a small expense becomes a symbol of waste, we move from evaluating spending to politicking, in my opinion. And let us not ignore the cost of the conversation itself. Every hour we spend tracking bagels is an hour away from talking about student experience and outcomes.
1 minute.
Governance should be about making the best decisions for students, not creating the strongest emotional arguments. Physical responsibility requires discipline and judgment, but neither requires a performance. And please, if this last week has taught us anything, we're stronger when we come together with a united vision, and that should be for the betterment of our future, not our past. And let's get back to talking about student experiences, please.
Thank you.
Good evening, President Lopez, members of the board, Dr. Stubblefield. My name is Erica Andrade, President and CEO of El Centro. I have spent my entire professional life serving families in Wyandotte County, so I understand the concerns we continue to hear about property taxes. I live here too. I care deeply about the financial well-being of this community. But I also want to remind this board of something that seems to have gotten lost in the budget conversation. You were all elected to govern our schools, and above all, to serve our students. Your decisions tonight need to be centered on the students of this district and not your reelection campaigns. Throughout these discussions, we have repeatedly heard board members say that they have not recommended cutting positions or personnel. Yet at the last budget presentation, we learned that since the school year of 2021-2022, the district has already eliminated or left unfilled more than 104 positions. Most concerning to me is that 27 of those positions were in direct student services, including special education. Those are not simply numbers on a spreadsheet. Those are services that touch children. And yet, over the last several months, we have spent an extraordinary amount of time dissecting individual expenditures for food, mileage, cell phones, and other relatively small line items. Fiscal accountability matters. Ask the questions, find the efficiency, but we should also be honest with this community that eliminating those expenses will not close the budget gap before this district. At some point, the conversation has to move from what can we cut to what do our students need to succeed, and what does it actually cost to provide that. Our students and their education outcomes deserve at least as much attention and scrutiny as every line item that has been discussed up until now. Finally, as we move beyond this budget conversation, I hope that this board will think seriously about how it talks about ethics, influence, and conflicts of interest. If we are going to have those conversations, then the standards must apply equally to everyone. We should be willing to examine whether personal relationships or access to individual board members can result in special requests being elevated,
1 minute.
policies being circumvented, or opportunities being available to some families that are simply not available to others. Because the reality is that many of our Latinos families served by this district do not have personal relationship with elected officials. They don't have somebody's cell phone number, and they don't know who to call to ask for exceptions to a favor. They have policy, they have process, and they have to trust that those rules will apply equally to everyone. In a district where the majority of our students are Latino, equity cannot simply be something we promise to our students. It must be reflected on how this institution uses its power. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
My name is Molly Campbell, and I'm here tonight as a resident, an employee, and a voter. And I'm asking the board to exceed revenue neutral, and I want to thank the board members who took the time to read and respond to my emails. My husband and I are both transplants with roots in small towns, and we chose to get married here in Kansas City, Kansas. And then after I was hired at my school, we chose to buy a home in the district. And I'm honored to have been a Teacher of the Year in my building, and I'm proud to both live and work in KCK. And I spoke to you last year about exceeding revenue neutral because my husband and I were concerned about our property taxes. We estimated, though, that our increase would be about $40. In reality, our taxes went up about $16 from exceeding revenue neutral. This year, we estimate our increase will be about $15. And I understand that any tax increase matters. My family feels it too. But I also think we have to look at what that investment means for our schools. Many of our staff members are like me. We live here, we work here, and we care deeply about this community. KCKPS is one of the largest employers in our area, and we have been making cuts. Positions are being left vacant, and when people leave, budgets have been reduced. We are trying to be fiscally responsible. But when we cut staff, it's not just a number on a spreadsheet. Those people are our neighbors and our colleagues. They're trusted adults for our students. They are the teachers, the counselors, the paraeducators, and the staff members who build relationships with kids and make them seen, supported, and safe. When we cut staff, we lose those relationships. So as a homeowner, I understand the concern about taxes. But as a homeowner and an employee in this district, a resident, someone who loves this district, I believe that the cost of not investing in our schools is greater. For my family, that investment is going to be about $15 more this year. For our students, it can be a lot more. Our schools are the foundation of our communities, and our students deserve the resources and people that they need to succeed. I urge you to exceed the revenue neutral rate. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak about the revenue neutral during this public hearing, open public hearing? Again, you did not have to sign up prior to. I know I saw a few folks come in after we had started, so you did not have to sign up prior to tonight's meeting. The floor is open. Is there anyone online? And I don't have the link open online, but is there anyone online who would like to speak on the revenue neutral hearing? Okay. All right. Going once, going twice for public comment. Okay. Board, before we continue with the revenue neutral, again, we are reminded that we have to vote in this session on whether we will exceed revenue neutral. Just a few points of clarification regarding the hearings on the process tonight. Again, this hearing is regarding the revenue neutral. We will have a hearing following right after this on the budget that was presented to us, including a revised budget that we will vote on at the September 8th board meeting. We have published both the budget and the revised budget so that everyone has access to the budget that was presented to the board. So, board, it is recommended tonight that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education approve the resolution to exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 2026-2027 fiscal year as published by the Record News. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I'll open for any questions or discussion.
I have a statement I would like to make, Mr. Lopez.
Yes, Ms. Penn Hicks.
About this. I want to thank those who civilly shared their opinions and perspectives about the district's financial position and budget. But I would be remiss if I failed to address those who orchestrated an attack on myself and 2 other board members for trying to do our job by providing governance and oversight as we sought to understand the budget, the financial needs of the district, and the potential of exceeding revenue neutral. As I stated before, board members proposed starting the budget process earlier in the year and having access to data that would inform governance and oversight. That request was not supported by fellow board members. In fact, access to data, including expenditures from Business Plus, the district's accounting system, was not made available until a community member submitted a core request. A subcommittee was formed utilizing this information as a starting point. The objective was to look for savings and efficiencies, make sure that district priorities were being met, reduce the impact on taxpayers, and redirect resources to meet the needs of the students and staff. For doing this, an action long overdue and still far short of the due diligence board members should be engaged in, we were vilified on a Facebook page titled KCKPS Families United. The narrative on this page mocked our efforts to review the budget, seek adherence to board policies, and promoted exceeding revenue neutral. Their real objective was to squash any objections to spending without interference and oversight, damage any opposition, and couch it in terms of care for our students and teachers. The site engaged in character assassination, lies, threats, misled community members, and unbelievably allowed a district employee to call a sitting board member a monster, calling for prison time, and for racial violence, putting board members in danger of physical violence. This employee even threatened a community member who objected to his written attacks on this page and may have suffered property damage resulting in a financial loss due to that objection. The page was supported by former and current board members, district administrators, district and foundation employees, nonprofits with a direct monetary connection to a board member, all supporting exceeding revenue neutral and attempting to derail any attempt to do otherwise. The objective was to ridicule our efforts at due diligence, gaslight the community, intimidate us, and create the impression that we were rogue actors doing harm to the district and our students. It is okay to advocate for your position. It's not okay to mount a scurrilous attack on those who you assume disagree with you. Community members have been left with the impression that their expectations of board members providing governance and oversight on this budget process honorably serve as public servants, following board norms and policies instead has led to division and dysfunction. That is what this Facebook group has dishonorably created. Most people I've spoken with want the board to consider all of the stakeholders as we make decisions. People see the disconnect between a large budget, higher taxes, and a low academic performances. They will pay for our students' education, but they want results. Board members have a responsibility to do our due diligence, work with staff to make sure that the budget representations are accurate and reflect the interest of all involved. To that end, in the future, I would recommend that we move to a more transparent accounting system. The current system is too opaque and does not provide easy access to information, requires digging through layers of data to find explanations of expenditures, and hinders our ability to connect costs to actual needs. I also recommend that our fellow board members participate with the staff to ascertain how the budget can be crafted before the statutory deadlines and provide the transparency, accountability, governance, and oversight that the stakeholders in this community we represent expect.
Thank you, Ms. Penn Hicks. Any questions or any further questions or discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Downing, roll call, please.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Before I give my vote, I, like Ms. Penn Hicks, would like to say for those who spoke today, thank you. That's important. We need to hear everyone. And not only do I represent the students, I represent the people who live in this area. A lot of them are struggling to pay their taxes, and then after, we don't know if it was a tornado or not a tornado. People are struggling. I've talked to many and found out they didn't even have insurance on their homes. And this is not to say that our kids don't deserve the best. They do. You're right, we should give them the best. But we also have to be realistic about the money that's in this area and the people who are paying for this. When we had that other bond, we begged, let's do 180. People disagreed with us. And the people in the community did agree with us. Yes, let's do what we can, but do we have to just break everybody's pocket? They're struggling. And again, I don't disagree with you when you say the kids deserve the best. They do, but people are struggling to buy food, to buy gas, to pay. Now they're really in a pinch. So I vote no on that.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes. Thank you.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
I'd like to make a comment before I vote as well. I want to thank the board and respect for all concerns and opinions. We all have them. Oftentimes, we all can look at the same thing, but look at it a different way. We all entitled to that. But I have viewed and evaluated, long overthought about this, considering the possibility. I've done homework because I do, not just saying we don't care about District 500, and number one, we're here for the children and the community. But we're working with a possibility of a smaller workforce, less opportunities for growth with anticipated increased expenditures for materials. Everything's going up beyond our control. Operational costs, decreased federal funding for securing and maintaining a safe and quality environment for learning for our children, and the risk of not having the flexibility, as our finance director spoken about the last several months, flexibility of budget uncertainties, so much uncertainties out there that we have no control, all of us. But to have and maintain good quality playground equipment that's necessary for not one school, 2 schools, 3 schools, but all our schools. But as let me say that, as I look at the hiring of quality instructors, teachers, RNAs, law enforcement, transportation, gasoline, quality, as they call engineers or bus drivers, administrators, and supporting staff. It's necessary for our district to look at this and do the best we can, because number one is for the children, for the children, for the children. As a young lady just said a while ago, to do something good and do it the positive way, it's going to cost you something. Nothing comes free in this world. It's going to cost you a little something to care about. That's the way I look at it. So $50, $40, $60 a month that it's going to cost us, or cost me as well. It's going to benefit the children as a whole in this district, not to be like other districts around here, like Lansing and Leavenworth, whose schools have closed. We want to continue to open up schools and have quality teachers, administrators, educators, as I just said. That's where I'm at with that. And I just want to say that before I vote, as I looked at that in a holistic way, from my standpoint as a member of this board, this community, which I deeply care about. Thank you.
What's your vote?
I vote yes to exceed revenue neutral.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
I vote no.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
I'm a proud graduate, a proud retired teacher, and a proud community member, and I vote yes to exceed revenue neutral.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you, and I'd also like to say thank you to the people who sent me emails. I responded to some that I got around to, and they responded back. And so I appreciate everyone who came today and will continue to come. I'm an educator. I've devoted many years to teaching, And in response to one of the gentlemen, yes, we did have a compliance audit, and we found out that many of the board policies need to be upgraded, and that's what we're doing now. We will continue to look at the small cost, and I can imagine the comments if we had gone straight to cuts. And I'll say it again, we're not looking to cut in positions, and that's all the fear-mongering that keeps going. For what reason, you determine. I'm not going to determine motives. But we also hear, and especially now, a lot of our community, District 500 boundaries, not Wyandotte County. And as I read comments and hear comments that, we are not paying what the surrounding neighborhoods or school districts are paying, and I'll say it again, we don't have the tax base. You know that, we know that. When you look at the data we're given about mill levies, a mill in Wyandotte County one mill gathers $600,000. One mill in Blue Valley gathers $2 million. So when you make statements like, well, we're paying a lower mill than someone else, you have to look at it fully. It's not apples to apples. When you make statements that, we've tried very hard that our salaries are competitive for teachers, for those who get those extended degrees. So to say it's wrong to look at the small cost, we're going to continue looking at the small cost. We're going to continue looking at the little things that may not mean anything to you in the big picture, but they mount up. And for somebody who is going to have to pay $400 extra a year, $600 extra a year, that's a lot. We consider all our students, we consider all our staff, and we consider all our community, but I will vote no.
Thank you, Board. Motion passes. With that, Board, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing to exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 26-27 school year.
Moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Milan Jr.
Milan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Next, Board, agenda item 3 would entertain a motion to open the public hearing for the 26-27 budget, 5:33 p.m. Is there a motion to open the public hearing for the budget?
I move that we open the public hearing.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Milan Jr.
Robert Milan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Again, just a reminder, everyone and anyone is welcome to give comment during this open public hearing for the 26-27 budget. You did not have to sign up prior to the meeting. You just come forward to the podium. Please speak into the microphone. Make sure you state your name. Your time will start. You'll have up to 3 minutes. I'll let you know when you have a minute remaining. And then we'll let you know when your time is up. After your remarks, if you could please just make sure that you sign in on that front table so we have a record of who gave comment tonight. Additionally, Board, just a reminder, and for those who were in attendance and watching tonight, we are holding the budget hearing that was originally published, but members of the public may provide comments tonight regarding the original published budget or the revised budget that has since been published. To be clear, and just as a reminder, the Board will not vote tonight to adopt the original budget following the hearing tonight. We will not be asking the Board to vote on the original budget or the revised budget. The hearing on the revised budget is scheduled for September 8th, 2026 at 5 p.m. here in this same room. Following that hearing, similar to tonight's format, the Board will consider adoption of the district's budget on that evening of September 8th, 2026. We want to ensure that the public understands the sequence of these proceedings and has the opportunity to provide input as the board completes the required public process before taking final action on the district's budget. So again, tonight, board, we are opening for public hearing for the original budget that was published or the revised budget that has since been published, but again, no action will be taken. So at this time, I will open the floor. If anyone would like to provide comment on the budget, please come forward to the podium. Is there anyone online who would like to provide comment on the 26-27 budget?
Good evening, board members. Good evening, Dr. Stubblefield. My name is Edgar Palacios. I'm with Revolución Educativa. We're an advocacy organization supporting the Latino community here in the greater Kansas City metro area. I have two comments and offerings for you to consider. First, any process that is engaged not in good faith deserves to be ridiculed. I feel for our young people in this community that we are actively working towards not showing them how worthy they are of good quality education. And in a district like KCKPS, it is important that we all show up for them in whatever ways possible and that we have the conversations based on their success and not on our own adult feelings and egos. And then secondly, I would offer that the role of governance is not to look at the small details, but to trust the staff that you have hired and that you have positioned in power and positions of decision-making and trust their leadership. Governance is about the strategy, about how we're moving forward. It isn't about whether we spend $5 or $10 on food. And so those are my two offerings. I hope that you continue to take those lessons in your budget process and that you continue to think about those things moving forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments tonight on the budget for the budget public hearing? Final call? Okay. Board, is there a motion to close the public hearing for the 26-27 budget?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions or discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mallon Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, board. All right, next on our agenda, board, we are on item 4. Dr. Stubblefield, would you like to introduce this item?
Yes, Mr. Hansford, if you can assist me, because you can share it on the screen. Is it on that computer? Good evening, everyone. One of the things, many of you know, we have started our strategic plan and implemented it beginning with July 1 with the support of the board. One of the things that we are committed to doing at each meeting is to highlight the investment that the board has been making in areas in the strategic plan. And also we'll show progress that we're making. So we'll take a few moments just to share a mission moment. And our featured, oh, there it is, Mr. Hansford. Our featured, today we'll feature a partner who's been a partner with the district for over 20 years, and that is Prep KC. Prep KC is an organization that works primarily with urban school districts, and their goal is to make sure that students have experiences that equates to what we describe as our Diploma Plus. So their two big prongs are workforce preparation and math relays. There are some people in this room who was a part of the original math relays, and those are things that we will continue to bring back to life. So what they, as you see up there, their post-secondary pathways from 2019 to 2025, they supported 11,380 of our high school graduates in earning a market value asset that helped us to get to the 84% of our students graduating with a Diploma Plus this year and last year. We also started offering data science to our 8th graders, and all of those students, when they complete that and they complete a assessment, they leave middle school with that, and we expanded that this year to include more of our students. And the connector is something that we provide to all of our pre-K to elementary schools to introduce them to possible career options or things that they may not be thinking about. So this year, our MOU with Prep KC was $15,000, and what Prep KC provides for that investment equates to, for every dollar that we invested as a district, we got a return on our investment of $4.58. It shows you the value of the things that were provided directly to our students, the data science support that they provide to the teachers and the professional development that they receive around that is equivalent to $279,000 and $279,000. And then our Student Law Academy, we have students who participate in the Law Academy every summer, and the stipends that they provide to our teachers for the different components, that's what they paid out. And again, you see our school year outcomes that it is happening. And for us, as we continue our road to the North Star and implementing and building off what's already in place for our strategic plan, it directly coordinates to 3 of our pillars: student learning and pathways, supportive school climate and positive student experience, and family and community partnership and communication. So thank you for those few moments. We'll provide and highlight, because oftentimes the MOUs come to the board, you see the data, but we don't often feature those things, and so we will be more intentional about doing that. It won't always be me. We decided this last week, and so I didn't want to put any staff on the spot and said I would do it. So thank you, board and community.
Thank you, Dr. Stubblefield. And I think this is a great way for us to continue to center students and center our strategic plan that the board unanimously voted to move forward with, and to keep us focused on our mission and where we want to head. So I appreciate that we're going to continue these mission moments, refocus on our strategic plan, and talk about how these partnerships or these programs that we are investing in will continue to support our students. So I look forward to continuing to learn more about these relationships, partnerships, and investments in students. So thank you. Any questions or anything else from board members on this for Dr. Stubblefield? No. Okay. Thank you. Next agenda item is community comment. Again, everyone is welcome to give comment to the board. Please sign up with the board clerk the Monday at noon before the board meeting, and we will put you on the agenda again. As a reminder, please come to the podium, speak into the microphone so that everyone can hear you, state your name, and then your time will start. You'll have up to 3 minutes to speak. I will let you know when you have 1 minute remaining, and then I'll let you know when you are at time. Please don't forget to sign in to the clipboard after you speak or before, so that we have a record of your attendance and that you spoke tonight. Again, we'll just remind everyone to please be respectful. This is a one-way communication from you to the board, and then we will move forward. If it requires a response from administration, somebody will follow up with you regarding your comments and get that information out to the board. So first, I would ask Mr. James Crum if he would like to speak.
James Crum. Good evening, board members and Dr. Stubblefield.
Good evening.
I guess I just have 2. What is the board's definition between governance and leadership? And how Do we think that the day-to-day micromanaging is benefiting resource management as far as actual hours of work time and giving people tasks that lead down? I'll leave it there. Those are my two questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'll invite Chris Peterson.
Good evening, President Lopez, Vice President Brownlee Page, members of the board, and Dr. Stubblefield.
Good evening.
Thank you. I'm Chris Peterson, librarian at Carl B. Bruce Middle School. I understand our district faces a $12 million gap, and that you are trying to save every dollar you can. But those savings should not come at students' expense. I am asking you to not collapse and consolidate the library assistant positions as they become vacant. A library assistant isn't non-essential. They are critical to a smooth-running library. They are not non-classroom. I am a certified teacher and certified librarian, and students learn every time they come into my classroom, which happens to contain 9,880 books. Imagine being 11 years old, walking into a new, beautiful library with almost 12,000 books. So excited, so many options. Only having about 15 minutes, but not getting help because the only adult in the room is behind the circulation desk, checking out books instead of assisting students. One of the most important parts of my job is Reader's Advisory. It's what I went back to grad school to learn how to do, and it's what you pay me to do. Reader's Advisory means helping an avid reader find a book similar to one they've enjoyed. It means talking with a student who says, I hate reading, and asking, well, what do you like? Maybe it's basketball, animals, or video games. My job is to help that student make a connection to a book. But I cannot do that effectively while also managing book check-in and check-out and all of the other tasks that library assistants do.
1 minute.
When library assistant positions are not filled and one person is doing the work of two, students lose access to the help they need. In the last month, 3 library assistants have resigned. Their jobs have been collapsed and consolidated. They're no more. We don't have them. I am asking you to make this temporary until we are in a better place financially, instead of eliminating the position at those 3 schools. Library assistants are essential. They help students before the checkout line gets long, pull holds, process materials, and shelf books. A library assistant is the reason I can take a couple of minutes to help a child find a book rather than watch him walk away disappointed, empty-handed, and feeling ignored. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have,
If you'd like to leave those with Mr. Hansford, we'll make sure that everyone on the board receives a copy.
thank you, I appreciate it. I made one for all 10 of you, just in case.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Next, Ms. Erica Andrade. Okay. Thank you. Next, Leanne Richardson.
Good evening, President Lopez, Vice President Brownlee Page, members of the board, and Superintendent Stubblefield, as well as members of the community.
Good evening.
And each of you, thank you, and each of you have already received this, and so I'm just reading this more so for our community's hearing. My name is Leanne Richardson, and I am speaking tonight as president of the Kansas City, Kansas National Education Association, experts in education, representing more than 1,000 employees in this district. At the August 11th board meeting, a parent raised concerns about books available through the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library describing some inappropriate and pornographic for children. I understand the concern. Parents have every right to ask questions about what their child are reading and accessing. However, as the images and pages were presented, something stood out to me as an educator. The book shown contained very small print, substantial amounts of text, and mature concepts. That is not generally the style, format, or reading level of a book intended for young children. It appeared to be designed for a more mature reader. That distinction matters. As experts in education, we know that access does not automatically mean recommendation. Age, reading level, developmental readiness, context, and parental guidance all matter. This is especially important at a time when we are experiencing a significant rise in book challenges and bans across the country. For more than 100 years, NEA has supported the freedom to read. NEA strives to ensure students have access to age-appropriate books where they are reflected and respected while opposing efforts to unnecessarily restrict access.
1 minute.
Thank you. This month's Read Across America theme, Celebrate Every Body, encourages students to appreciate their own bodies while recognizing the different bodies, identities, experiences, and stories that shape our world. And that might be the reason why the parents saw that. Another concern raised at the August 11th meeting, the Village Initiative and a potential conflict of interest. Accountability and transparency are important, and legitimate questions deserve answers. But the context matters here as well. During the 25-26 school year, the Village Initiative provided tobacco cessation services and counseling to Schlegel High School students struggling with vaping, tobacco use, and addiction. As educators, we see these challenges firsthand. With decrease in available mental health supports, these services are needed now more than ever.
We're at time, Ms. Richardson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board, that you all should have a copy of the remarks she was giving tonight at your seats. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who signed up for comment tonight, and thank you to everyone who shared tonight, whether it was in a comment or via email previously during both public hearings regarding revenue neutral and the budget, and any comments tonight given during community comment. Again, we appreciate everyone who takes the time to share with the board, and so thank you for making time. We value your input and your thoughts, and they help us be better informed as decision makers for the district. We'll continue with our agenda. Next, board, I would, entertain a motion to recess to executive session for consultation with the attorney on matters which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship under the Kansas Open Meetings Act for 10 minutes, starting at 5:56, to include Mr. Goheen, Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Hansford, Dr. Jones, and Ms. Lisa Walker. Been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? Not. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, board. please?
I move that we return to open session.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Questions, discussion? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Resuming?
Open to open session, yes.
Yes. Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Next agenda item, Board, item 7, consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
So move.
Moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Thank you, Board. All right, Board, next agenda item, item 8, Board discussion. Tonight, we will again continue to discuss the budget. There were some additional updated information on some of the slides and information, so now is an opportunity again for us to discuss, have open for questions, and I'm not sure if somebody is leading the presentation this evening.
Yes, Ms. Robinson, she must have stepped out. She probably didn't expect us to come back on time. Ms. Robinson will provide, she's not going to go through the whole slide deck again, but she will highlight a few updates and then answer any questions that the board may have. I do just want to clarify around the process for the budget. Last year, as Ms. Robinson is coming, I'll take a few moments to fill the time. Last year, the board established some board finance goals, as well as we started to work on a financial decision-making framework. We began meeting both Finance Committee and the board in last September. So while there were certain components that we couldn't have until a certain point, including the building needs assessments, and then some of the data is updated constantly because it's the full year process. All of the information at any time when the board requested it was provided, and all of the information monthly, if you look at the link around payment of the bills, it's there in every meeting. What administration will commit to is to make sure that we ask questions to see what information and how the board wants to receive it and when they want to receive it. I know Ms. Robinson has really looked at and talked about providing a process so that we're not in the space that we're currently in, where individuals have shared that the information that they needed wasn't provided in a timely manner. And that, two things can be true. I just wanted to share that one thing that the board did commit to, and you all have been doing, is engaging in conversations around the budget since last September between the Finance Committee and the special budget meetings that, I can't remember which month that those began. It might have been September and October. But there has been dedicated time. That time, I believe, still will continue to happen, and what information is provided and how it's provided. I know Ms. Robinson has some ideas around that, and she will share that in those meetings. I just wanted to share that.
And thank you, Dr. Stubblefield. And I'll just share, good evening, Ms. Robinson. I'll share, I think there's an opportunity, and what I've heard at the dais is an opportunity for all board members to be active in the information that we receive and how we receive it and how we review things. So as we start the budget meetings, which is made up of the entire board, I believe all the calendar invites should be, you should have received calendar invitations for the budget meetings beginning in September, I believe. It's an opportunity for us to, and if we haven't, we'll make sure that we get them out. Last year they were the third Friday of the month from 1 to 2:30, I believe. But if you have ideas or thoughts on how that should be structured and how we should be moving forward with discussing the budget, what information is necessary, again, we're at the will of the state sometimes in terms of what information we can get at certain times. But if you have ideas or thoughts, this is an opportunity, I think, for the board to structure. To Ms. Penn Hicks, I'm thinking about what you said, right? How do we make sure that we're clear and transparent and get the information that we need so that we're making decisions appropriately as a board? So I would just welcome anyone's input on how we structure those meetings for the budget moving forward, and then Finance Committee as well. I know Dr. Nguyen, you chair that committee, and we can work together to help structure what those conversations are for the budget and for finance as well. So I know staff have some ideas on what information they want to share, but again, I just want to make sure board members know that you can help us structure and create what that process looks like as we review the budget, so that a year from now we feel informed and as well informed as we can be. Ms. Brownlee Page.
Mr. Lopez, apparently for the last 2 years, this hasn't worked. And I'm glad you're saying we need to look at this, because we always seem to be in a pinch for time and running and not always have all the information. Because we're trying to figure out what's going on, and we definitely need to relook at what we're doing, because it's not working. And we want to make good decisions. We want to have the right information, and we don't always necessarily get it. So I hope what you say is true. We're going to make an effort to do that, and we need to. And some might ask, well, why are they asking that? Because we're trying to figure out what's going on. And you got to have the information to do a good job. And when the decision that was made, if someone quit, not to rehire him, that was not our decision. And that needs to be clear. That came from someone else. It wasn't this board. So I just want the public to know there were vacancies. It was decided by administration. They would not refill them. That was not our decision. And it needs to be said, because people are looking at us like, you getting rid of people, that's going to double. That was not our decision. And I don't know who made that decision. But I never sat in a meeting with a full board and talked about that.
No, and so I'll be happy to make a point of clarification around the positions that when they have come open, and we look at the decline in enrollment. So everything from staffing across the board is based off of the number of students that we actually serve, because that's how the finance formula is informed. So adjustments being made to right size actually don't have necessary, that's not like the board. So like if a school had 400 students last year and they have 300 students this year, and if the ratio is 1 to 25, we're not backfilling 4 positions, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go in and say the 4 people over here, you lost your job. If 4 people in another building at the same level resign, we just backfill there and people may have to move. So to that point, if you look at the slide deck and you see that, at the building level specifically, most of those positions are directly linked to right size with our enrollment. When I came to the district 5 years ago, what was projected as the number of students that we advertised was over 23,000. Right now, we hover between like 20 and 21, sometimes 19. So the loss of, on average, over 2,000 students in a 5-year period will have an impact on the staff that we hired. The other layer that we have to right size around is there were a lot of positions that were hired when we had ESSER dollars, and there was the ability to extend that beyond 1 year, right? So where we had openings and people were being funded with that money once it ran out, we would slide them into those positions. But the budget overall, we're still right-sizing it. And in order to not have cuts or that sort of things, we have been intentionally looking at the system, looking at the ratios for all of those different areas, from district office to buildings, to make sure that it's done through attrition while also not necessarily impacting the services that we provide to our families and our students. If you were to follow along in that slide, you would see that we did start with administration and district office positions, and for the most part, those were the ones that were either ended or eliminated or people went into other positions in the early years, and anything that was directly impacting the building was a result of the actual enrollment at that location. Sometimes there were positions that were paid by federal dollars, and those dollars have declined. So those building administrators had to make decisions. Anytime there was somebody who was still with the district, our first option is to see what position that is funded that they can fit in. So to that end, that was not like board or administration being, the board didn't, it was just right sizing. And so when we present the budget or the staffing ratios, that includes those things. But the reality of it all is that you look in the last 5 years, we probably lost anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 students, which will impact the number of staff that we have.
And thank you. I just wanted some clarity. Yes. Because they don't mind saying the board did that. And we just want a clear understanding. And you're right, most districts will do that to make things balance out. But people need to understand that.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for clarifying that as well, because that is not what the public understand. And we're going to get, in January, you say, the building needs assessments, and not in May, because you said they're usually finished by January.
Ms. Walker, can you respond to that?
The building needs assessments are not started by the principals until around the month of December, because they need the first semester to be in the school year to see how students are progressing, how they're responding to instruction, and also then to determine what the need, have enough data where they can start to look at what is or isn't working and start to make those decisions on filling out the needs assessment with their teams. So we give those to them in December. That's well in advance of when the state even publishes the updated needs assessment. I usually have to reach out to the state to say, are you making any changes in the building needs assessment form? Because in our district, we like to do that earlier than other districts. So it'll be January when they are working on those. They'll likely have those completed by the middle of January, end of January, and then we could get those to you. I think we had them to you in March of this past year, I believe, but we can try to get those to you, early February. The other thing that the building principals have to have from us is we need to be able to give to them what we believe their district allocations are going to be for their teachers. Rather than using the student count from 9/20, we like to wait until the second week in January and pull from Infinite Campus what their enrollment is at that time, because over the course of the first semester, some buildings have an increase in their enrollment, some buildings have a decrease, and we like to give them their teacher allocations based on the most current data. So that impacts then what they put in the needs assessment as well. And then the other piece of information that the building principals need to have to determine where they might need to spend their funding or what their needs might be would be the federal funding. We use the census data for the federal funding. The census data is actually 2 years behind. Last year, this past school year, we did not get the census data until January because in Washington, they were not in session, they were not working on the continuing resolution, so that slowed down all of the data that they push out to us, and it was middle of January, end of January before we got that. That helps us to understand the poverty rate of Kansas, then how our poverty rate in our district compares to all the other districts in the state of Kansas, and that's how we begin to make projections on then what we likely believe our federal funding is going to be. So the principals need all of that information in combination in order then to decide what are the needs of my students, what is the district going to allocate to me based on my most recent enrollment, and what might my federal funds be based on the census and then our 9/20 count. So it's difficult to get the needs assessment out earlier for those reasons, and we did push it earlier this past year in December. We asked them to start working on it and to have it done. We had to end up giving them a little bit more time because we didn't have the census data. So we understand that that's a priority for the board and that you want that as early as possible. And we have adjusted our timelines with what we think will be earlier. However, it is sometimes contingent upon when we get information from the federal government and then from the state.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Complete process.
Yes, thank you.
And there's a little caveat that we disagree on because of the intent of the legislation. Yet, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. So I think Dr. Stubblefield did mention, because we got, I don't think it was in March when we got it, but that's neither here nor there. But that we could always use preliminary data to start the process. And that's, I think, what you've committed to, that.
Yes, and just to clarify, you had the data, we didn't bring the principals until May. And
Right.
so.
But we never got the data. But
yeah.
we're moving forward. We're looking at next year. So we anticipate getting it early, and maybe it's preliminary. That's what I'm just saying. And then when we update, I mean, we're being updated every month, as is.
Right. We're working to get you the information as soon as we get it, and as soon as we have that, we're pushing it out to you, but sometimes there is a delay in that.
There's always
Yeah,
something.
and the other factor I think to consider too is our 9/20 enrollment. You know, right now on our budget.
And 9/20, for people who don't know, it's
Right,
September
it's
20th.
it's September 9, yeah, 9/20 is our count day. And so we're basing our budget right now based on our projections, right? We've looked at all of our history and our enrollment projections. On 9/20, we'll do our count. And then I think, as we've discussed before, there are audits then that begin to occur in November and December on all of our counts, on our CTE minutes, our ESL minutes, and all of that. And so we begin to get a more clear picture of what our actual funding is for the current school year in the middle of the year, right? So, you know, all of that is going on in the current year while we're also at the same time trying to project what we believe the funding will be for the following year. So, you know, it's a little bit of a challenge in that in some states you may be working on an actual budget in July 1, and in Kansas, you know, we're working on projections and then we get a clearer picture. We'll get our final legal max in the middle of June at the end of our fiscal year is when we will finally know what our actual funding was for the school year that we are finishing.
Right.
So anyway, just so everyone understands, there's a lot of layers, and we work really hard, and we'll continue to work on your priorities and do what we can at the time we can. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson, good evening.
Good evening. President Lopez, Vice President Brownlee Page, board members, and Dr. Stubblefield, our superintendent. Let's begin. Let's see. We have some slides here that we have already, you are familiar with from our previous meeting on August 11th, and those have not changed. I'm just going to peruse through in that our last year's mill levy was 62.791, and we proposed 62 as a meal with a reduction of 7.91 meals. This is what I want to share with you tonight. It is our revision, and thank you so much for allowing us to do this. Our first two columns here, each of these line items represent from supplemental general capital outlay, school retirement, bond and interest, public library board, and public library board employee benefits are all categories in which we allocate our meals. And the first two columns represent where our 2026 taxes and the meal levy resulted at 62.791. And on August 11th, we had proposed our 2027 mill levy, which is the middle two columns, at 62 with the following allocations. And here we came back after meeting at the state and identified some of our needs and upcoming financial activity that was going to occur as priorities, that we needed to do some revisions here. And this is the result of what we have, still at 62 meals. And so our supplemental general is at 14.88 meals, capital outlay, 8 meals. Our bond and interest at 13.702 meals, and library board, public library board at 5.213 meals, and public library board employee benefits at 0.405 meals. So that is the crux of the work that was done, that you allowed us to do. And the high priority, as you can see, the real change is here in our bond and interest significantly, in that that was an increase from 16.9 to 20 meals. What we're experiencing at this point in time is we are now paying off some principal payments and some of those earlier bonds that we have. And in this last year, we paid off $15.125 million for a bond. And we're into paying off, we have another one, but it's going to impact capital outlay for $5 million here just next month. And then throughout 2027, our fiscal year, we'll be paying out about $20 million, almost close to $20 million in principal and interest out of our bond and interest fund.
So this doesn't apply anymore?
What do you mean?
Because these numbers have changed. You gave us a budget the last time we were here.
Yes.
The numbers have changed, so
Yes, the numbers have
we
changed.
should discard this?
You have both on
Yes.
the
We have
new
that,
agenda.
but this was what we were handed, so.
You have that one and the other one on diligent.
Right, I'm looking at it. So this is not relevant anymore.
No, the
No.
initial one
Okay,
from
that's all I
August.
asked.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't tracking.
I wasn't either.
Got it.
Sorry about that.
So
That
will
is
we
not what
get
we
that
want to
printed out
recommend.
in this format?
Yes.
When?
Say that again?
When will we get a copy of the budget with these new numbers?
You should have them.
We can print it at a break.
Okay.
We'll print it and get them a copy. She's saying a hard copy. It's attached to the agenda, but she wants a hard paper copy.
But we don't
Apologies.
have.
We should have made that available to you.
If you can show me where all these calculations are, then we have it here. But I don't, well, maybe we'll get to it. How about that? If we get to it, then no problem. So I'm waiting anxiously.
Is it possible to get it today before we leave?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I will share, we did navigate trying to do the larger print in the print shop, and it's just because of the number of columns, it's, for some of them and how it formats, it's not coming out on, I mean, we've tried, so we'll get it as large as we can before.
Because it's kind of hard to read, even with glasses.
We'll see if we can blow it up on a 11 by 17 or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So that will be helpful. Whatever will be helpful to you guys, is what we need.
So for clarity, again, Ms. Robinson, thank you. And we can continue on with the presentation unless there are more questions. But the revised budget moving forward has a decrease in our mill of 0.791.
Yes.
So moving forward, we are proposing decreasing the mill
Yes.
for moving forward. Okay,
At .62, yeah.
Right.
62 mils, yes. That did not change.
right.
Can I,
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Penhicks.
just for clarification, if one mill is $1 property tax, oh, wait a minute, popped up here, okay. So with 62 mills, so That would equal, what, $62 per $1,000 of assessed valuation? Is that how that calculates?
Not exactly.
Okay. Help me.
Well, in regard to our property valuations, the first 75,000 of your property valuation is deducted before taxation begins
Okay.
on that assessment. So we would have to actually go back to, for $100,000 valuation of a home would be $25,000 that will begin to be taxed.
So with 62, that would be $1 for every mill.
And it's not exactly
Well,
$1 in each of these categories.
Okay,
So that's why I'm saying not exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later, get
Yes. So we have learned a lot through this process, and I'm more than happy to share and enlighten the board in regard to how that works, that we have learned in the same manner. But capital outlay has a different valuation than the rest of these. Actually, all the other ones remain the same. Supplemental general has additional impact in that it also has a state valuation impact for aid that we receive from the state. For your handouts, I know that's difficult to see, and this is awful small as well, trying to fit everything on one page, but this is the allocation of every fund, which is, with the exception of workers' compensation, which is funded by general, at whatever valuation that comes out to be. And these are the allocations. This is a similar slide to what you have received last time. And we haven't forgotten you, Ms. Penn Hicks. Once we actually upload the budget and get to the detail lines, we'll be able to give you the breakdown of the operating expense in percentage. Look.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you. This is for your information. These were previous slides in our recommendation to exceed revenue neutral. From where we went from our last session, we actually had another board budget subcommittee meeting on August 14th, and today our revenue neutral hearing and our budget hearing and your board meeting as we are abiding in right now. As of September 8th, we will have another revised budget hearing and board meeting where we will present to you the full budget for what you will have to peruse through, and you will have that before that date. You have received throughout the year some of the activity for the budget itself in the different departments and the schools. So we'll continue that practice as we go through the year. And then we'll have some sessions as you guys provide us input on the way you want to see information from us.
And for clarity, I just, 'cause when you say the September 8th meeting, we'll have another public hearing for the revised budget that was presented at the last meeting and published already. So there's not an additional budget. It's the budget that we have that's currently in diligent, that we received, that was already published. So just want to make sure that folks know there's not a different budget that will be shared. It's the same budget that we have currently in diligent that we're looking at, and nothing's changing. And that was based on information that you all received that same morning when you were at a meeting with the state. So that's why some of the revisions happened to that particular budget. And that's why we need to have that additional hearing. But it's not a different budget than what we currently are seeing now.
It is not a different budget from what you have received today.
Thank you.
And just for clarification, if you're looking for it, it's not under this current section. It is up under the hearing, and it says Unified School District 526-27 revised budget. We will print it, so those who want a hard copy before you leave, you will have it, but it is in the document under the hearing section because it was the document that went with the hearing section, and it says revised budget.
Any questions for Ms. Robinson?
All I have for you today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you.
Okay, board, if there are no questions there, we will continue on with our agenda. We'll make sure that we have a printed copy for everyone of the revised budget before we leave tonight. Next agenda item, item 9, board policy. Mr. Goheen.
We have up for third and final read, unless the board wants to bring it back, the recommended changes to board policy DFAA, grants and outside financial resources. This is the third read. We've had no suggested changes from the proposed revisions, so we would ask it to be adopted for third read and made formal policy.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion on this item? Hearing none. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Yeah, Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Miles Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, board. Next, we'll hear from our superintendent of schools, Dr. Stubblefield.
Good evening, everyone. First, I just want to start out by giving a heartfelt thank you to our operations, maintenance, and electricians and custodial staff and staff in general for their hard work to clear debris and tree trims from our school campuses so that our students could return. Also, we want to really thank BPU, the progress that they made in the number of days from what the preliminary outcome would be of when majority of us would have power back to when power was actually restored. They did an amazing job. So just thank you to everyone who were boots on the ground. We do know that there's still a part of our community that's without power, and Quindaro Elementary School is having a drive through Friday, and they're collecting all sorts of items, from hygiene items to clothes to whatever you can donate that is in good condition so that they can distribute to community members and the family in that area. And I'm sure there will be others, so we just ask if you have those items, you can get them to Quindaro by Friday. They are holding a drive now because a lot of their families and community members were impacted or still impacted, and we know that several people throughout the community are. The storm was a challenge for all of us, and I want to thank everyone for their patience and support as we navigated our schools being closed and then being open back up, and as we discover, there might be things here or there that we didn't know about until we actually got back on campus. We also want to just take a few moments to recognize and thank several of our student athletes and coaches from Washington and Wyandotte High School who gathered together to serve the community and for demonstrating such compassion, leadership, and commitment to this community. Their actions, along with actions of other students who did it independently as well as staff members, does not go unnoticed. And we just want to thank everybody who jumped in and pitched in and continue to do that as we navigate the storm that was not expected. And it's just been invigorating to see how the community has come together to support one another, and I hope that we can continue to do that throughout the year. Just want to invite everyone to join us for a bilingual resource fair focused on mental health and developmental disabilities. This, the Children's Mercy Autism Clinic and ACCESO will bring together organizations that provide mental health service and support children with disabilities and Spanish-speaking families. Spanish-speaking providers and interpreters will be available to help families connect with resources and services. So it will be provided in both English and Spanish, and that is next Wednesday, Wednesday, September 9th, 2026 from 2 to 6 p.m. It'll be held at the Kaufman Foundation Conference Center. We'll continue to share this information, and if you know any families that might benefit from this, please let them know. And you can visit our website to register and attend that event. And lastly, last Sunday, there were several of us who had an opportunity to attend First Baptist Church, they brought back their education support service, and I just want to thank them. They did share that they have several initiatives around education, and they partner with the district and the library. The public library will be helping them, our public library will be helping them to create a reading room, and they'll be providing, they said 200 books a month. I don't know if that is a month or how often, but they said 200 books. I'm guessing it might be a year, but if it's a month, I'm really impressed. But they will have reading rooms. They will also have services that they're going to provide to the community and family, and they're going to connect with our FACES and our Welcome Center so that they're aligned with our initiative. So I just wanted to thank them for hosting us. And this Sunday, the Baptist Ministers Union is having their education Sunday, and it's at 5 p.m., so everyone is welcome to come. They open it up to the district. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stubblefield. I do also just want to echo a thank you to everyone, all the facilities maintenance staff, all staff who helped pitch in to make sure that we got our schools opened and that our students were supported. So thank you to everybody who's been out there working so hard in the community to make sure families and kids are supported. And then it's just a reminder, for us about the investments that we've made as a district in training our staff around being trauma-informed and resilient, and how understanding that students who show up in the classroom show up with stuff sometimes that they're carrying. And so I just appreciate all staff who are understanding and working with students as they come in, students and families, to meet them where they're at and to make sure that they feel supported, loved, welcomed, and find the resources that they need. So thank you to all the staff who are working in that space. And again, thank you, board, for your investments in the trauma-informed and resilience training that we've been making for over 7 years in this district to make sure that our staff are well-trained in that area. And then I also just want to share, I'm excited to see some movement at several of our bond projects. We were at Education Sunday. We did mention some of the projects that are moving forward, including the Sumner groundbreaking that's happening. That's coming up, I think, this Friday, board. You should have that on your calendar. I'm excited to see that, excited to see the dirt moving and see things happening. So just again, thank you to the entire community for your support in that. And seeing the kids at Sumner, I was at Sumner signing a beam that no one will ever see, right? But it's symbolic about the movement that we are making, the investments that we're making in the kids' future and in the district's future. So thank you to everyone for all your hard work. I know there's a lot on everyone's plate, and right now with everything that's going on with the storm and just everything in our community, we just appreciate all of your efforts and support and how we continue to move this district forward. So just want to say thank you to everyone. And with that, I'll open it up to any other board member comments. Ms. Brownlee-Page.
For the last 2 weeks, I've had the privilege to visit some of our schools, and I'll start with Grant Elementary. And Dr. Vane and I worked together at Argentine. Very nice young lady, very charismatic, cares about the kids. The whole building was excited, and she's doing a great job. I also got to go visit Lorraine Williams at Lindbergh. And again, I got to work with her at Argentine Middle School. And they both, the good thing is, it's good and bad. Their enrollment is small enough that they're going to all be able to make great impacts on the students at the elementary level. They'll have a great foundation. And they're energetic, they're excited, the kids are excited. And then I also went to Mark Twain. And please, Principal, forgive me, but your name is, I think it's Edgy or E.G. What?
Edie.
Okay, and I won't mess it up anymore, but again, a very nice young lady. I met her last year. Her kids are beautiful. The teachers are doing an awesome job. And then I went to the middle schools. I went to Gloria Willis. Miss Guest is doing a good job, and staff seemed to be on task. I really wanted to see how they were handling the phone situation. And middle schools were doing a great job. Ms. Chapman at Carl B. Bruce, got to hang out with her and see what they were doing. And on the high school level, I went to Sligo, and Mr. Williams, I went the second run. He said they were able to do it in about 17 minutes, but they were challenging themselves to see if they could do a better time and make the time work for them. And myself and Miss Pamela Penn Hicks, we went to Wyandotte. We didn't get to see the principal, but I saw Calvin Thompson, we call him Pony, gave us a tour. We went to the Bulldog Room, and they're doing a good job, but they could use some volunteers in the hallway. You know, they're doing good, but they need some help. And it would really be nice if we could get some men to come in and step in and help, because we still have some people who don't understand, and when that bell rings, and things have changed. Because when I was teaching, you had to be at your door. Things have changed. I'm not knocking anybody, but it's just a little different. Because as we were told, you were A or B person. A is by the door. B, you better have an explanation that why you're not at your door. But things have changed. I'm trying to understand all of that. And with that, they need some help. They need us. And then lastly, we lost 2 of our former staff.
Yes.
We lost Vivian Strickland, who was a foster grandparent at Bertram Carruthers, and I think she was at a couple of more schools. But I know Miss Molly spoke at the services. And Ricky Minor, who is at Stony Point, I can't remember if it was north or south. He lost his wife, and they're having the services this Saturday at Thatcher's Funeral Home. Very decent and kind young man who takes pride in what he does, and just a good person. So if you had some time, go to Thatcher's. Between 9 to 11 is the wake, and the funeral is at 11.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes, Mr. Milan. Thank you, Ms. Brownlee Page. Mr. Milan.
I just want to commend all the, not all, but the ones, the churches in the community that have come forth and great commendation to and volunteering, from Strangers Rest, volunteering, heading up to, as Dr. Stuppleville said, with the First Baptist, 5th in Nebraska, in their pledge to recognize individuals, to the students, the teachers and the staff. You know, you need 2 things. You need work, you need prayer, you need action. All those come together. And the one Sunday that would be at 417 Richmond at the Mount Zion Baptist Church, the Ministers Union, which I'm a part of for several years, is a prayer and a recognition about bringing us together. You cannot have enough of that. First Baptist and Strangers Rest and in other churches, we come together to do what we can do in times like this. Oftentimes it takes a tragedy. It's not a shame, but it happens. It is a shame, but you all can understand what I'm saying, that growth and commitment and love comes out of tragedies, and that's a good thing. So as we go forward, with that, so I just want to say thank publicly to the churches that are involved and the people in the community that come together in times like these, because it takes all of us. And I always share, there's no pun intended, you've been in the storm, you're in one now, but let us not get too comfortable, because in life another storm is on the way. So as we continue to do the best we can individually and collectively, makes life just a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Milan.
Mr.
Ms.
Lopez.
Clark.
I just want to add, I do echo as well, just a huge thanks to our community. You've seen several people out in our community, several of our staff members in just various places. And so when I think about that, I think about we represent not only our community, but this district as well when we're out. So greatly appreciate that. I do want to add on to Ms. Brownlee Page's comments. Sam Cofield also earlier this month we lost as well. So just want to call out that additional name. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clark.
And that he worked with us at Kids Zone, and that is a great loss, and we send condolences to his family, as well as Carmen Carruthers, the family. She was a bus driver. She loved driving the bus for our district, as well as her dad drove the bus for our district, too. Her service will be Wednesday, September 9th. And we, again, send condolences to those families. I just wanted to thank our teachers and staff members that pivoted when we didn't have school. I know that some of our central office workers were working from home. When a lot of our staff got back to work Friday, they were trying to cram 14 lessons into one day. So I know it's not easy, but we do appreciate you for standing strong and just being able to be flexible and keep the mission of our student success in the forefront. I also got to attend the educational summit on Saturday that was provided by Suburban Balance, led by LaShawn Walker, and our superintendent was one of the panelists and did an excellent job. It was nice to see other school districts that are grappling with the same challenges that we are, and then also to see the highlights of our districts shine right alongside other school districts. So I had a great time there. And then I know we were just wanting to celebrate Sumner for, again, being named #1 school. They have done that for several years, but we just don't take it for granted that school is right here in our district.
Right.
Thank you, Ms. Strickland-Egan's. Dr. Nguyen.
Yeah, so to echo everything, and again, the beginning of school is always a challenge, and have no power for 2-3 days is just unbelievable. But congratulations, and move on. Move on, strive on, and work for even more. I was not able to attend the events on Saturday because I attended the KSB Board Directors meeting. And, of course, their ask is that we participate in the legislative listening tours on September 16th for this Kansas City area. Blue Valley is lunch. You've already gotten the invitations to all of them. So Blue Valley is 11:30 to 1 on September 16th, Wednesday, and Shawnee Mission is 6 to 7:30. And most working people have to attend the evening event. But again, concerned about the upcoming legislative session with the formula, with the position of the majority party is whether they're going to fully fund general education, not even special education. But also then the convention is November 7th. They have that well planned out differently, but that we had, there's a couple handouts that I received that I'll give to Don that provides, again, data on our district as well as the Big Five. And it is, excuse me, it's something that Dr. Stubblefield's staff probably would benefit knowing, again, the comparisons for when we have these conversations of how we're going to spend resources. I'll put it like that. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nguyen. Ms. Penn Hicks, yes, please.
I want to co-sign on everything everybody said. Community response to the storm was fabulous, and it continues as we go along and move forward. But I'm going to go back in time just a little bit to the first day of school. Dr. Lizelle Williams invited us to come and observe at Schlegel, and I had the opportunity. I had to get there at 6:45 in the morning, and Miss Julian told me that to be there, and I was, and the buses were coming in, and I want you to know our children did excellent. The logistics had to be worked out the next day. Adjustments were made, but I want you to know that there was no resistance, although there were a few that tried to sneak it in, but Miss Julia was on top of everything with the scanner, okay? And she made sure that, and there was no resistance after that. I also got a chance to talk to Mr. Willie Vaughn at Wyandotte when we visited, and he shared with us that they had similar logistical challenges, but they worked them out. And I think that's a testament to the teachers, to the staff, to everyone who put that piece together, and our children were compliant. And I thank all of them for that. They were there to get an education. So having said that, I wish everybody else good night.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Penn Hicks. All right. Thank you, everybody. As always, you continue to be super involved, engaged, and busy, so thank you for all the work you're doing. And you heard that Mr. Birch and Mr. Martin, Sumner #1, right? Just making sure you both heard that tonight. All right, board, thank you. At this time, I would entertain a motion to recess to executive session for consultation with the attorney on matters which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship under the Kansas Open Meetings Act for 7 minutes, to include Mr. Goheen, Dr. Stubblefield, and Dr. Jones, going in at, for 7 minutes, going in at 7:03.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes?
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you, board.
minute, say it one more time. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hey, guys. I can't hear them. Okay, I'm sorry, Randy. Say it again.
That's okay. Ms. Strickland-Egan's moved to return to open session. Mr. Mylan seconded. Roll call, please.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Wanda Brownlee Page?
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda
Yes.
Clark?
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez?
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.?
He said yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks?
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland-Egan's?
Joycelyn Strickland-Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there a motion to recess to executive session for consultation with the attorney on matters which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship under the Kansas Open Meetings Act for 7 minutes, starting at 7:18, to include Mr. Goheen, Dr. Stubblefield, Dr. Jones, Mr. Hansford, is Ms. Walker in this one, and Ms. Walker. Is there a motion? Moved by Ms. Brownlee Page, seconded by, who was that? Dr. Nguyen? Thank you. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page?
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark?
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez?
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.? Pamela Penn Hicks?
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland-Egan's?
Joycelyn Strickland-Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen?
Thank you. motion to return to open session, please? Moved by Ms. Brownlee Page, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page. Yolanda Clark. Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr. Pamela Penn Hicks. Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you. Motion to recess to executive session for consultation with the attorney on matters which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship under COMA for 10 minutes starting at 7:30 with, to include Mr. Goheen, Dr. Stubblefield, Dr. Jones, Mr. Hansford, and Ms. Walker. Moved by Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page. Yolanda Clark. Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr. Pamela Penn Hicks. Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you.
Yes, I can.
Great. Motion to return to open session, please. Moved by Ms. Strickland Egan, seconded by Ms. Brownlee Page. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion to extend executive session for 5 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. return to open session, please? Moved by Ms. Clark, seconded by Ms. Strickland Egan's. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page. Yolanda Clark. Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. Motion to recess to executive session to discuss matters of non-elected personnel in order to protect the privacy interests of the parties involved under the Kansas Open Meetings Act for 10 minutes starting at 7:56 with Mr. Goheen and Dr. Stubblefield and Dr. Jones. Moved by Dr. Nguyen, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark. Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr. Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. motion to return to open session, please? Moved by Ms. Penn Hicks, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brown Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Wanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion to extend for 15 minutes. Moved by Ms. Penn Hicks, seconded by Ms. Brownlee Page. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. return to open session, please.
Move that we return to open session.
Moved by Ms. Strickland-Egan's. Second. Seconded by Mr. Mylan. Thank you. Ms. Downing?
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland-Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you. Thank you, board. Thank you, staff. With that, everyone, have a good evening. This meeting is adjourned.